Hello and welcome to Patch Math, where today we are going to continue patching your math knowledge over trig identities. In the last video, we simplified an expression using trig identities here. And in this video, we are going to go into verifying a given identity. In other words, we're going to be completing a proof. We are going to start with one sign and prove that it is equal to the other sign using our trig identities. To begin with, we want to make sure we're understanding what we're looking at here. And this is tangent of x times cosecant of x times cosine of x is equal to 1. And so we are going to start with that left-hand side there and substitute trig identities until we are able to achieve the right-hand side of 1. Right off the bat, I notice we have a cosine, and generally when dealing with trig, most things will relate back to sine and cosine in some way. So I know cosecant is related to sine, and I know that tangent is really both sine and cosine. So I'm strategizing here. That's what you're hearing. I am going to potentially be substituting in something for tangent and cosecant here. And we can verify that cosecant is a reciprocal identity and is equal to 1 over sine. And the definition of tangent, if we look here, it's got a couple different definitions, but we're going to use the one based in sine and cosine. And you'll see that tangent is equal to sine over cosine. In this case, I'm going to go one piece at a time. Anytime that you are doing a proof, you want to cite what you are proving to be true. All right? And that's what I have written here. So first, I'm going to use that definition of tangent of being sine over cosine, or sine of x over cosine of x, and place it just right in there. And then I want to go ahead and just paste the rest of that. All right. Remember, the goal is we're trying to prove this is equal to 1. Now, this is a running equals here from this starting point on. Then by definition of cosecant, that is equal to 1 over sine. So I'm going to go ahead and substitute that in. And then you'll see that now I got that all in sine, cosine. And we have this other cosine right here, trailing on the end. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it into a fraction. We can take any number or anything in math and put it over 1 to turn it into a fraction. And you're going to see why I'm about to do this in a minute. All right. All the operations that we have here are multiplication and division. In PEMDAS, or order of operations, multiplication and division are created equally. So we can either choose to multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom, then divide, or we can divide on a diagonal if we so choose and simplify from there. I, in this case, am going to simplify on a diagonal. Here we have sine of x and sine of x. That's sine of x divided by sine of x. In other words, those cancel to 1. All right. Using the commutative property, we can move this cosine of x and this cosine of x near each other to cross cancel as well. But because if you're at this point in math, you know that you can change that order there because these 3 parentheses are being multiplied, and go ahead and cancel on that as well. Cosine of x divided by cosine of x is equal to 1 over 1, and suddenly you'll see something interesting happen. The top is now 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. The bottom is now 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1, and we are done. We have proven the left side, tangent of x times cosecant of x times cosine of x, is equal to 1 by signing our trig identities that we used in the process. And your math knowledge has just been patched over trig proofs. Thank you so much for your time.